What's going on, YouTube? My name is FG3000. I'm back in the place to be, and welcome back to MonsterCry Eternal. Now, the reason why I say it that way is because I actually covered this game a few months ago in a first impression video. So if you want a more thorough breakdown about what this game actually is about, definitely check out that video. But the reason why we're gathered here today is because a few days ago, I covered a game called Hero Cry Saga. And I had no idea that that developer also made this game. So it got me thinking, let me go back and play a little bit of MonsterCry Eternal. So here we are back in the game. Now, like I said, if you want a more thorough breakdown about what this game actually is about, check out my first video. In this video, what I'm gonna do is kind of give you guys like a day in the life, like what you'll actually be doing if you decide to play this game when you're doing your daily routine, all right? So let's jump right into it. Now, first things first, join a guild. I was able to join a guild quite easily. This guild is called Stark, great. But it's very, very active. As you can see, people are online, and most people have been active within the last couple days, if not better. So I was able to find like-minded individuals quite easily here. It also helps that this game only has one server, so you're not gonna have to worry about joining a dead server, a new server, or anything like that. Quite easy to find active people here. So that is that. Now, the way I start my day off is basically here in the daily missions tab here. Now, the daily missions do rotate, so you're not always doing the same exact dailies every single day. But of course, if you're a min-maxer, you want to do all the dailies that you can possibly do and all of the events that you can possibly do. But at least the dailies do rotate a little bit, so you do have that. Now, first things first, let's start off with this very top one. So let's clear a normal mission, and that'll be great because that'll show you what combat is like if you're not familiar and you don't want to go check out my first video, whatever. All right, so let's bring ourselves a mercenary here. Let's bring her, she looks cool. Now you can bring 3 cards with you and a 1 follower card. Now let's talk about that for a second. Let's talk about that. This is not a card game, all right? This is not like Hearthstone. This is not like Shadowverse. This is a turn-based RPG that just so happens that your characters, your heroes, are cards. This is not a card game. So I honestly think the developer is doing a disservice to this game by having this game listed as a card game as opposed to an RPG. The only thing that makes this a card game is the fact that the characters are on a card. That's it. It's not like a real card game. So I think this game could get a bigger audience if it just relisted itself as an RPG, because I don't think that people are just like itching for card games anymore, like when the Hearthstone bubble like exploded. But I digress. So let's jump into combat here. Let me get off my soapbox. Now, one thing I do want to share with you guys, just in case, if you're wondering, you do see the auto features here at the bottom left-hand side of your screen. You cannot do autoplay until you 3-star stage. So if you're one of those people that just hate autoplay games, you have to beat all of the stages manually before you can auto them. So I think that is the very best system that you can possibly have. So I don't know what this character does, so I'm gonna take a look at what she's all about. So she has an AoE that does damage and does Crest of Chaos, and then she has an ability that does piercing damage when in exhaust state. All right. So, like I said, here is combat here in MonsterCry Eternal, and I'll give you a quick TLDR if you don't want to go watch the first video, you freaking this game is all about debuffs and taking advantage of debuffs. So to kind of give you a really generic example, you're going to have characters that do bleeding, and then you're going to have characters that say, if opponent is bleeding, do this. Or if opponent is sleeping, do that. If opponent is frozen, do this. So your whole thought process about making your team is trying to make sure that you have synergy, that you can add debuffs to your enemy and take advantage of those debuffs. Because just putting a debuff on someone is not enough. You got to be able to take advantage of it. Now here's a really good example here. So I'm about to do this ability called Divine Judgment, which does a base damage of 150%, but if they're in Crest of Chaos state, and if you remember, this character right here added Crest of Chaoses to everybody on the board. Now that this person has a Crest of Chaos on them, I can go ahead and get this additional effect with my Divine Judgment. Don't need it because I'm strong. Oh, you just came back to life. Great. Star Bomb is another really cool ability. It's an AoE that does a hunter's mark basically to all my targets. So it's a really good card to set up that combo. Just gonna do a basic attack here. I don't have anyone that can put in, I don't have anyone on my deck right now that can do an exhaust state, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just do the damage there. That's a really good looking card, by the way. One thing about this game is the artwork is phenomenal, like really, really good. So that is a normal battle there. Let's go back to town. And what I'll do is I'll show you a little glimpse of what this game is all about as far as the cards are concerned. So all of these cards all have their own abilities and passives, and they're all broken down in races as well. So you have human, you have monster, you have elves, you have dragons, you have this, which is undead, I don't know how to say it. You have angels, and then you have devils. So it's really, really cool. One of my favorite cards that I don't have, but I love to use it with my friends online, is Dante. All Dantes have to have white hair. He's a triple S card, just to kind of give you an idea of what the cards look like and what abilities that you can expect. So he has an ability called Underworld Seal that attacks and removes all buffs, which is freaking awesome. Consecutive Cutting does 2 attacks on the enemy. He has a passive, which is just insane when it comes to upon dodge, increases your critical hit by 100%. So once again, you get your 100% crit chance, you do Consecutive Cutting, he's a freaking beast. And then when attacking, increase your damage done by 20% by 6 seconds. And then when target has a Crest of Despair, decreases damage reduced. So he can actually make the enemy do less damage as well and increase his own damage. So Dante's really awesome. And as you can see, the artwork in this game is really freaking great. There's Morgan there, Consort of Shiva. Look at the artwork. And it's not just a waifu collector. Some of the male artwork is really awesome as well. So that is that. Let's take a look at the angels real quick. They don't have a lot of angels in the game just yet. I think this guy came with the Christmas update. Look at that. That is awesome. I love the perspective here. Very, very cool. Here's the undead. So yeah, as far as artwork, this game is on another level. Some of the best artwork I've ever... Look at this. What is this, like a flesh shield with spikes poking out of it? Just on a different level when it comes to really cool artwork. So it makes it a lot of fun to collect the cards. And you know what I always say, a hero collector is only as fun as the heroes that you can collect. And I do like to collect the heroes in this game here. Now, that was the world dungeon. And of course, you'll do your normal mode as well as elite modes here to kind of go through the story and collect free goodies. So that's pretty straightforward. Now, what else I'm going to show you here? So let's go back to our daily missions tab. So the next thing is crafting items. Crafting items is very straightforward in this game. Basically, like let's say, for example, I wanted to craft this blue sword. I'll have to find these resources here. Once I find the resources, I pay the gold. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. There's my blue sword. Now, in order to get those materials, there's a thing called Special Dungeon. Now, this is pretty typical of most hero collectors. In these special dungeons, you can go inside them a limited times per day and get materials out of them. But the neat thing that they do, and I like this, some people don't like it, I really do like it because it forces you to have a more diverse collection of characters. These missions can only be attempted with specific characters. So in this one right here, you can only bring A rank characters, and this one you can only bring S rank characters, and this one you can only bring SS rank characters. So very, very cool, and it like I said, it just makes you have a more diverse deck. Your A rank cards aren't 100% useless just because you have an S rank, and your S ranks aren't useless because you have an SS rank. So that's that. There's also a forest where you can get energy, mine for your materials. We just talked about those. A place to get experience, and right now there is a New Year's event which you can go inside and get all kinds of really cool scrolls and things that you'll need to upgrade your character. So that is a special resource dungeon. We're gonna skip the raid portal just for a second. Let's go over here to the Adventurers Pub. And here, this is your AI versus AI PvP. Now, this works exactly like a lot of hero collectors where there is a timer in between. So you just can't spam AI versus AI PvP over and over and over. There's like a cooldown in the middle. So you wanna, while you're doing your dailies, kind of weave this in and out of the other task that you're doing. But this mode could definitely stand to use at ×2. Wow, that is a cool looking card. This game could definitely stand to use at ×2 speed. Since it's AI versus AI, I'm not getting anything out of it. It'd be nice to just go just a little bit faster. But that's that. So very, very cool card there. I don't know what that is, but I like it. I like it. Now here, as you can see, in the normal mode and the elite mode, you only bring 3 characters with you plus a follower. In PvP, you can actually bring 4. So right now I have my Golem, who is a tank, and he also has taunt. But like I told you guys earlier in the video, every buff that you give yourself, every debuff, there is someone that can take advantage of you in a negative way. So if my Golem casts taunt and someone on the other team has an ability that does additional effects, if I'm taunting, I'm just screwed, right? That's just the way it is. So there's always a reaction to every action in this game. So that is AI versus AI PvP. There's also live PvP as well. So if you don't like AI versus AI, don't worry. There's an arena that is live PvP if you choose to do so. Just make sure you're trying to play at a kind of like a prime time. You don't want to play on an off hour because that just makes the matchmaking have to work a lot harder to find a good match for you. And it might give you a good match in the sense that you fight someone really, really weak, which is great. Or you might fight someone really, really strong, which would suck. So try your best to play it during the prime times there. So what do we talked about World Dungeon, we talked about Special Dungeons, the Adventurers Pub, Hall of Fame is just a leaderboard, Arena is live PvP. You have Tower of Souls, which is basically an endless tower mode, and it's also season based as well. So you go as far up the tower as you possibly can, and then at the end of the season you get ranked. People that go up the highest get rewards. It's a pretty cool system. This is one of those things that you want to just turn on and go off and do something else. Because basically you start every season, you start at the very bottom of the tower and then you work your way up. I really need to get a healer for this. I need to level up a healer card because I don't have a healer. You keep your same HP all the way through the tower. So this is not the best run I'll ever have. But as you can see, this is when you want to go get a sandwich, turn it on auto, because the first several floors you've already beaten, hypothetically, so that's that. But that is basically the game here in MonsterCry Eternal. I'm going to just exit here. I don't really care if I lose a turn. This is for the sake of the video, everybody. Alright, that's Endless Tower mode, and as you can see, I have 1 of 2 turns left, but I'll be fine. I'll use my last turn to get up. I can probably get up to stage 20 at this point. And then, like I said, you get rewards for every stage you clear, and then at the end of the season, there's a ranking as well. So right now, I'm ranked 2,000, but don't you worry, I'll definitely get up there. So that is that. What have I not showed you? Oh yeah, last but not least, raids are the same exact thing as live PvP. You want to make sure that you're kind of playing during a prime time. Basically, this is all live raids. You group up with 4 other people. You each bring your very best card, and you fight a boss, and you get rewards as well. You can do these 5 times a day, but your turns do regenerate over the course of the day. So here we are, live raiding. I like that Idano's card there, whatever that is. She got her O-face going on there, which is... which is okay. All right. Just waiting for these people to, in their ultra slow connections. You guys aren't playing on Nox on your home PC like everyone else in the world? Like, what's going on here? This is a really easy raid, so I don't really have to worry too much about it. I'm getting really close to the next level raid, so I'm level 33 or 34 right now. Once I get level 36, I can do the next raid. What is going on, oh blank? Golly. But since this raid is level 24 and I have a level 33 card, I'm just going to auto it and kind of give you my final thoughts on MonsterCry Eternal. I like this game. I love the artwork. It's a hero collector through and through, but it does everything well. And I think the artwork and the strategy behind the card system with the buffs and the debuffs and the taking advantage of things and punishing things, I think that's a really cool system. And I think it's very well thought out. I think you could have a lot of fun with this game. I do think the developers are making a mistake by calling it a card game. It's just, it's not when you say card game, this is just not what you think of, I don't believe. But I had a lot of fun with this. I'm gonna call it a turn-based RPG that just so happens to use cards because I think that's what it is. The game is very active. The game is very actively developed and updated. As you can see, this is a really easy raid because we're all overpowered. We're just trying to get to level 36 so we can do the next raid. But these 2 cards are level 37 and they're not doing the next raid for some reason. I don't know why. We'll select our card. I got some bronze ore. And I can go back to the lobby here if I want. And I can find another raid. And here's the other raids. Here's level 36, you fight a Kraken. Here you fight Helberus. You fight a Hydra all the way here at the very top once you're level 60. So lots of content to go through there. So that will do it for the, actually, you know what? Let's end this video off with a bang. Let's go into the store first and foremost. So in the store, you can buy a few things. There's an honor tab, which is for guilds. So this is all your guild currency here. There's guild raids that you can participate in, which will allow you to get this currency. There's a material tab where you can buy materials in a daily shop, which is pretty straightforward. It's just for gold, so you want to buy it every single day. I'm also going to buy this Twilight Scroll using blue currency. So there's blue and then there's purple. Blue is premium currency. Purple is premium currency from the cash shop. So they're both premium, but one's from the cash shop and one's just premium. And I'll show you the difference once we start having some summon fun here. So I'm gonna buy all of this stuff for gold because gold grows on trees. You can also use your blue currency to buy more gold. And like I said, it's really quite easy to get a bunch of gold. Now, this is where the fun's gonna begin. Now, this is what I was telling you about a second ago. So here's my premium currency. I can use this to summon cards from B rank all the way up to triple S plus, or I can use premium cash shop currency, the red diamonds, from A rank up to triple S plus. So the only difference between these two is the B to the A. So that's basically it. So let's go ahead and do a 10 pull. Yes, I do. Oh, I only got one good card. Fodder. Duplicate. Duplicate. All right. Duplicate. Duplicate. All right. Duplicate. Now, if you look at the bottom of the screen, you see something that says mileage. See all these mileage here? Over the course of time, the more cards you open, the more mileage you get. And once you get to the end of your mileage, you get yourself a nice special bonus. I'm not sure what it is actually, but I'll take a look at it. So let's open up this card here. The only good card I got in this pool, it is a double S Thunderwalker. So let's take a look at Thunderwalker here. It looks pretty cool actually. So skills, Soul Slash, inflicts piercing attack damage on enemy. Straightforward ability there. Blaze Strike, does damage and gives 1 Crest of Chaos. So he sets up characters, right? This is a guy that's not going to take advantage of combos. He's going to be the guy that sets up the combos. His passives are upon critical hit and inflicts piercing attack on all enemies. Okay, that's pretty cool. And then his next ability, upon critical hit, stuns enemy for 3 seconds. Oh wow, so that's actually a pretty cool card there. This guy is all about crits, so you definitely want to equip him with as much crit gear as you possibly can. And yeah, I like that. Crit, AoE, crit. I like it. So yeah, here's your mileage rewards. So the more mileage you have, you can actually summon things here. I'm gonna save it up until I get 1,000 and summon one of these bad boys right there to guarantee that I get a triple S card. But that will do it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Once again, one quick thing here. I was just talking about equipment with crit, and I realized I didn't talk about equipment. All of your cards actually have an equipment set here. So as you can see, I have this axe, I have this armor here, and I have this ring, and all of these things have different attributes as well that you can level up, and you can also change using the imprint system. So as you can see, I have this axe here, and if I want to change this axe and add attack speed or maximize things like that, I can do so to kind of customize my character to give them more synergy with their passives and their attacks as well. So a lot of stuff in this game that I think is worth your attention. So if you're looking for a new game to play, MonsterCry Eternal is a very, very good game. I highly recommend it. Once again, my name is FG3000. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Wait, where's my guild rank? Guild rank 24, look at that. Very active game, guys. Like, it's good. It's good to go. All right, guys, I'm out, and I'll see you guys next video. Later.